Okay, the objective was for the students to interpret and respond to visuals and to identify the main idea. That day, it's what I do every day in the reading classes, is they have sentences on the Promethean board that I've created to correct. It can be anything from spelling, capitalization, punctuation, and grammar. The sentences are taken from the 8th grade American history book. Our students have come in the 9th grade. They missed the first half of American history, and they're held responsible for it.
I come after corn and beans.
Okay, good. Comma after corn and beans. All right, you got it. Line 1, you got it. Line 2.
Oh, wait. I didn't wait the period after.
Comma after pumpkins. Good. Okay, I have each class divided into 2 groups, Group 1 and Group 2. That was done earlier on at the beginning of the year when I assessed them with an online assessment program to see at what level, if they have any English at all, or if they're at 0. And I divide them into a high-level group and a low-level group. I had Group 1 with me here at the table, and we were looking at 2 pages in our textbook of visuals, and I had them create a T-chart, and they were identifying in the visual how the people were the same and how they were different. Let's look at these 2 pictures, and I want you to do a T-chart. So you know how we do that. Remember, you make a giant T on your page, right? I'm going to do a T-chart. On one side, we're going to put same, and the other side, we're going to put different. Diferente. And just looking at the pictures on these 2 pages, let's talk about how they're the same and how they're different. So you said people, right? Carlos, isn't that what you said? Okay, so we can say all people. There's all people on the pages. We don't have any animals or anything else. It's all people. Okay. What are they all doing?
Smiling.
Okay, they're all smiling. Good, good observation. They're all smiling. What's that, sonrisa? Right. Well, when I'm sitting right here, I can make suggestions and help them along, and also they help each other. They will prod each other for the answers. The students in the outfield that day, that was Group 2, they were on the computers on an online program called ESL Reading Smart, which was designed specifically for ESL students, middle and high school students.
How did they transition from one station to the next station?
Okay, we transition. I will tell them stop. I'll tell them okay. Group 1, I will say like Group 1 to the table, Group 2 to the computers, or vice versa. Sometimes they are, Group 1 is at the table the entire period and Group 2 is at the computer, and then the next day we switch. It depends on how long it takes with the lesson. Sometimes with the lower group, I have to spend more time with them than I do with the higher level group. Well, the best thing for the small group instruction at the table is it does away with misbehavior. When I'm sitting right here with the students, they don't misbehave. It also, especially with ESL students, it lowers that affective filter so that they are much more comfortable with speaking out and participating. It's not as intimidating as being in the whole class. Everybody participates, everybody works. I've gotten very good at reading upside down. I can see what they're writing so that I know whether they get it or not. It also helps them not having to reteach. Well, it's a much more intimate setting, and the kids, I get to know them better, on what they're capable of, and how they're doing with their work, and they feel more comfortable and at ease with me when I'm sitting right here with them. Unfair. Some people have what they need. Other people don't have enough food or water. Enough. Another one of our vocabulary words, okay, that we did yesterday. Okay, let's turn the page. Now before we read, let's go through and look at the vocabulary at the bottom before we read the article, the essay, okay? Crowded, full of people or things. That's another one of our vocabulary words. It's up on the wall. Village, we already talked about that, and instead. At the beginning, you really do have to teach them and model for them the procedure for changing, for switching from one group to the next. And that's the biggest shortfall, is getting that procedure in place. Once that's in place, there really aren't any shortfalls. This has been the best thing that we have done in the ESL program in all the 23 years I've been teaching. You want to establish your procedures up front first, and you want to practice it with your students, model it, and have them practice doing it. I do this at the very beginning of the year. I spend time doing this, and then after that, it's just procedure, and it's really easy.